Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of PhoneRadar Talk. I'm Karthik, and today in this video we're going to be taking a look at a couple of interesting topics that we covered today. So talking about the confirmed news or announcements, and we have a news from Oppo. So essentially Oppo had an event today in India and they announced a new smartphone. This is essentially not a new smartphone, this is basically just a limited edition, or you can say a Diwali limited edition of an existing smartphone which they had. So the company launched the Oppo F1s smartphone a couple of months back. Actually they launched a smartphone in the month of August, and this was the company's selfie centric smartphone that came with 13 megapixel front facing camera and all that stuff. So basically we are looking at a Diwali special edition smartphone for the same. So they had an event and they announced this smartphone. So basically what we're looking at here is the device is completely same as that what we had earlier. So in terms of specifications and features and everything, this remains completely same. And even the pricing for the smartphone is exactly the same. They are priced at smartphone at 17,990, which was the same price at which the Oppo F1s also was launched back then in August. So when you talk about what comes different in the smartphone is basically everything is same like I mentioned, but only at the back when you see at the smartphone you get a special Diwali edition logo and also signature of the brand ambassador of the Oppo brand, that is Hrithik Roshan and Sonam Kapoor. So probably maybe if you are into that and if you are looking for a smartphone with Hrithik Roshan or Sonam Kapoor signature, then this is something for you. But and one more thing to notice here is that the company has also launched, they've also announced a 18 karat gold edition of the smartphone. They're not going to be selling it, they're not going to be, it's not going to be available for public to buy it, but there's only going to be one device and they're going to be auctioning it. So basically that 18 karat gold edition smartphone will be available from October 12th to October 14th, and you're free to auction it and you're free to bid your price, and if you get it then you'll be buying it, and the money, and for whatever the price the smartphone is going to be sold out, that money is going to go to charity. So this is pretty interesting and this is pretty actually a good move, I would say. So that's what we're looking at here. And in terms of availability for this Diwali special edition of Oppo F1s, this smartphone will be available starting October 14th, and you'll be able to buy this smartphone in all the retail shops of like Oppo shops or whatever shops you have in the retail, and online it will be available through Snapdeal, like just like the Oppo F1s smartphone. So that's what we're looking at here. And like I said, the price is this device is priced at 17,990, which is exactly the same as that of F1s. So that is something you should be knowing. Moving on to the next news, we have a news from Google. So basically this is again news about Google Pixel and Pixel XL. So we did a complete entire video about this yesterday, and where we talked about everything that the company launched at the event, and this is essentially about the Google Pixel and XL smartphone. So we know everything about these smartphones, including the specification, features and price and everything, but there are certain things that the company actually didn't mention, like one of the things that we didn't know was the speakers. Are there stereo speakers or what? And the other thing that was missing in the presentation was whether the device was actually IP57 certified, or what was the certification for this smartphone. So now we have we have some of the reports which actually confirmed that the smartphone, that is the Google Pixel and the Pixel XL, both the smartphones are IP53 certified. So you're not essentially getting a 58 or 50 or the higher certification that you usually get with the Galaxy smartphones. These are IP53 certified. So basically what that means is, the 5 means that the smartphone are going to be dust resistant, and the IPX3 means that they're going to be splash resistant, sorry. So basically you can take the smartphones, they can take a little bit of rain, but you cannot dunk it in a cup of water, or you cannot take it and go to the swimming pool and all. So that's what we're looking at here. So these smartphones have an IP53 rating, which was pretty much expected, because since these smartphones are manufactured actually by STC only, and so even the STC 10 had a same certification rating that was IP53. So this was very much expected, and yes, the smartphones are indeed manufactured by STC. The company didn't mention about it, but it is now confirmed, and there are a lot of reports circulating around the internet stating that these smartphones are indeed manufactured by STC. So Google didn't manufacture it as they claimed it. So STC is the official manufacturing partner for these smartphones. So that is something that you should be knowing for this as well. And moving on to the last news of the day, this is again another news from Google, or Nexus rather, I would say. So like I mentioned yesterday at yesterday's video, that all the new features and everything that the company announced were exclusive to the Pixel and the Pixel XL smartphone, like the new Google Assistant integration in the operating system, as well as the Google new Pixel launcher that they announced. Everything was actually exclusive to that, but there were a lot of reports and a lot of people were expecting that these features will also make their way to the Nexus devices and all, but actually eventually that didn't happen, and we have an official confirmation from Google themselves that the Nexus devices, the eligible devices will get the Android 7.1 update, so they will be getting it, so no need to worry about that. But the only thing to note here is that all the features that the XL and the XL Pixel smartphones had, those features will not come here. So basically we are looking at here is there's actually a complete list of features that's not going to be making their way into the smartphone. You can check the links for that list. So what we're looking at here is basically the Nexus smartphones won't be getting the new Pixel launcher that we saw yesterday on the event. So basically all those soft keys and the swipe up gestures and everything, so that you'll not be getting. And the other thing you won't be getting is basically the Google Assistant integration into the OS. So all the Nexus smartphones owners, you will not be getting the Google integration. Yes, of course you'll have the Google Allo application to do that, but basically you won't be getting the complete integration into the OS. So yeah, and it actually kind of makes sense, because obviously if the company do push these updates for Nexus smartphone, then pretty much no one will buy the new smartphones, obviously, because these are, first of all, these are priced at a very high price, and the other thing is obviously because most of the people are indeed happy with their Nexus 6P and 5X, or even Nexus 6 for that matter. So definitely that doesn't make any sense for them to push it, but it is actually kind of disappointing as well, because if you just bought a Nexus 6P smartphone or a 5X smartphone, you will not be getting these new updates, whereas the company promised that for the next 24 months they will be supporting these smartphones. So yeah, that is actually kind of heartbreaking, but it makes sense. It makes sense as well. So that is what we're looking at here. And for the last news, we have yet another smartphone explosion, and that is coming from again Samsung. That is the Note 7 smartphone. But what's surprising here is that the smartphone which exploded right now, it's basically a replaced unit. So just the company actually a couple of days back, they announced that the replaced units won't be exploded. They're completely safe and everything. But now according to the new reports, the new explosion that we have, the owner claims that he replaced the smartphones. And looking at the pictures itself, as you can probably see now, the box that we are showing here is pretty much, that's a replaced box, because it has a black box on it. So it is indeed a replaced unit only, but still the smartphone was exploded, and exactly how the earlier smartphones were exploded. So the battery exploded, the smoke came out, and everything was pretty much the same. So it pretty much looks like they didn't do anything different, or probably these batteries also are defective. We don't know what exactly is going on. And the company has indeed let out an official statement as well. They said that they are currently contacting the airport authority where the explosion actually happened. So they are getting in touch with them, and they are trying to retrieve the device. So once they get the device, and once they officially do all those testing and everything, they will be coming up with further statements. So until then, they didn't really comment anything on the explosion as of now. So we just have to wait and see what comes up actually. But meanwhile, we don't even know if you should suggest these smartphone to users. If you're planning to buy one of these smartphones, then we suggest you to wait for some time. Let's see what the company has to say, and then probably move on with it. So that's it for today's video, guys. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and stay subscribed for more videos like this. I am Karthik, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.